What do you do if you've got a hammer in your hand? It's been suggested that you shouldn't hit yourself over the head with a hammer because you'll get a headache. But let's say I was stupid enough to do that and I started banging my head with this hammer, I would get a headache. And then if I said to somebody, a doctor, a medical professional, anybody, why do you think I've got a headache? They would probably say, because you're banging your head with a hammer. Yeah, common sense. But would I give somebody a painkiller, a Panadol, an aspirin, a headache tablet, or would I tell them to stop hitting their head with a hammer? Now, it seems like a ridiculous question, but isn't that the world we live in now when it comes to medical anything? Instead of asking, why do you think you've got this medical challenge? Why do you think you've got type 2 diabetes? Why do you think you've got coronary heart disease? Why do you think you've got cardiovascular disease? Why do you think you're depressed? Why do you think you're overweight, obese? Why do you think you've got any medical challenge at all? We go off to a medical person and they say, what have you got? And you'll tell them and they say, well, here's a pill. Instead of asking, why do you think you've got it? There's another really interesting quote that's been going around, and it's a joke, but unfortunately a very serious joke. A woman goes to the doctor and she says, I don't feel well. And the doctor says, yes, you've got high blood sugar, you've got high blood pressure, you're overweight, you've got lifestyle diseases. And she says, should I change my lifestyle? And he says, no, take these pills. I'm sharing this with you with a sad heart because obviously as an exercise professional, we have the answer to all of the challenges, all of them. Every medical challenge that you can think of, you will handle better, or you won't get, or you'll get rid of, and it will never come back again if you're fit and strong. But the world doesn't seem to be interested in getting fit and strong. The world seems real interested in taking pills, getting medication, going to the doctor, getting medical advice. And one thing that I share, again, very sadly, but every single time, as an exercise professional, I went to lots and lots of medical professionals with my clients. Counsellors, doctors, psychiatrists, psychologists, endocrinologists, cardiologists, orthopaedic surgeons, because my clients would ask me to come with them because they trusted me and they didn't know the professional. And they would say, what have you got? How do you feel? The medical professionals would say. And every single one of my clients would say, I'm depressed, or I'm overweight, or I feel sick, or I haven't got energy, or whatever. And the doctor would say, let's do a test, and here's what you've got, and here's a pill. Not one time ever did a medical professional ask my client, their patient, why do you think you've got high blood pressure, high blood sugar levels? Why do you think you're overweight? Why do you think you're depressed? There was never a why, only ever a, here's what you've got, diagnosis, and here's the pill. And I will share with you again, because it sounds ridiculous. I'm going to pick up this silly thing again. If I bang my head with a hammer, it's going to give me a headache. So if I stop banging my head, perhaps the headache will go away. Not take more Panadol. My headache's getting worse. I keep banging my head. Here, have more pain-killing medication for your headache. It's just ridiculous. And in the defense of medical professionals, and most doctors have shared this with me openly, is that when somebody goes to the doctor, when they go to a professional medical expert, it's because they have a challenge and they want the challenge to be fixed. And sadly, the pill fix seems to be quick, but the get fit, get strong, have a positive attitude, get fresh air and sunshine, that outcome, that prescription, seems to take a long time. So people want the quick fix so they get the pill. I'll give you another example. I had the privilege of chatting to a group of general practitioners, medical doctors, in a very big practice in New Zealand. There was 30 medical doctors in that room that day. And they had asked me to come and chat about simple ways to inspire people to exercise. And I share this very humbly. I got a standing ovation from the doctors when I finished my chat. And we had a really good conversation afterwards, an open conversation about why is the world so fat, why is the world so sick, why is it so depressed, why is it so diseased. And one doctor shared with me, a medical general practitioner, she shared with me that people are coming to her office with the exact antidepressant they want to take or the exact weight loss drug they want to take, and they say, write me a prescription. And she said, if I don't write them the prescription, they say to me, oh, well, I'll just go to another doctor who will write me the prescription. So there's a lot of questions to be asked there, obviously, about the medical profession. I'll give you another. This is a very ugly story. I went in my younger days when I was on what's the word I'm looking for? Not have baby pills. I was on the pill so that I didn't get pregnant. I went to the doctor to get my prescription filled, and the doctor asked me, how come you're always happy, you're always positive, I always deal with sick people, you only come here to get a pill prescription? I said, yes, because I love my life, I'm healthy, fit and strong, etc. He opened his drawer and he pulled out a tray of pills. They were Prozac antidepressant pills. And he said, here is a special gift for you. And I said, don't be ridiculous. First of all, why would you give those to me, because I'm a positive, happy person? And why would you give them to anybody? Because obviously you know better than I do that the human brain can get healthy, fit and happy without pills. And he said, oh no, these are a gift, because when you're depressed, these help you feel better. But when you're a happy person, they're like taking a super drug. They'll make you feel super happy. The only regret I have about this conversation that I'm sharing with you is that I didn't report that doctor to some kind of medical board. But I've shared that story with other medical professionals, and I've shared that story with other people, and I've shared that story with people who give legal advice. I've got some great lawyers in my life. And they have shared with me that probably would have gone nowhere. No one's real keen on stopping a doctor from practicing because they hand out pills. The other thing I found out from that doctor was he was given those pills from the provider of that particular product to hand out as a gift because people like to be on them. Perhaps they're addictive. I'm sharing this with you. I'm going to pick up this silly bit. This is a great piece of equipment if you want to put a nail into a wall. It's a great piece of equipment. You would never use it to hit your head with. There are some pills that are awesome. The pharmaceuticals that have stopped people from dying from horrible diseases, not lifestyle diseases. I call them bad luck diseases, or you pick up something in a third world country and you take a pill and get better really quickly. I love the pharmaceutical companies for that. I love the fact that you can take a pill and not have a baby. I love having gone through menopause and not have to have babies anymore. And I share that with you because there are some beautiful things about the medical profession. There are some beautiful things about pharmaceutical companies. There's some beautiful things about the government. There's some beautiful things about everything in the world. And if you look for beautiful, you'll find it. But sadly, there's some really ugly. And for your own health, for your own well-being, for your headspace, whatever advice you get from a doctor, could it be a really good idea to get a second opinion, or a third or a fourth or a fifth? But more importantly than that, and I always ask this question, could it be a really good idea to learn your own anatomy and physiology? Learn what happens if you bang your head with a hammer. What happens inside your brain? Why do you get a headache? What happens if you've got high blood sugar levels, high cholesterol levels? What happens if you're unfit? What happens if your heart has to beat too many times because you're unfit? What happens if you're not strong and you get weak bones and weak muscles? That's all anatomy and physiology. And wouldn't it be good to know how to stop your body from getting weak, old, diseased, obese? And if you do get sick and you don't know what's wrong with you, would it be a great idea to be able to go to the doctor, the medical professional, and ask intelligent questions because you understand anatomy and physiology? Not just blindly listen to a medical person tell you you're obese, you're anorexic, you're depressed, you've got type 2 diabetes, you've got osteoporosis. They give out these diagnoses on a regular basis, and the reason I share that with you so passionately and why I ask you to get a second opinion is too many times I've had somebody who's been told, a client in my life, somebody in my life, who's been told, you've got this, and they go to a different doctor and the doctor says, no, you don't have this, you've got this. And unfortunately, and I'll use the worst case scenario, I've been to doctors with my clients and my client has been told you have a terminal illness and you're going to die. They've got a second opinion, third, fourth, fifth opinion, and they're still alive today, even though that doctor gave them a diagnosis of you're going to die in a certain time frame. I'm sharing this with you because I think life's meant to be lived, and of course we're all going to die. We don't know when we're going to die, so we can't be thinking about dying. What I would love to think, or everybody to be thinking about every day, is how can I live today to my full potential? How can I live to the max? How can I have my best day ever, every single day of my life? If this is a great day, how can I make tomorrow better? And if I'm not fit and strong, if I'm depressed, if I'm unhappy, if I don't like what I see in the mirror, if I'm not performing at my best, if I've got no energy, I can't live my life to the max. So instead of taking a pill, Stop hitting your head over, stop hitting yourself with a hammer over the head. Don't take more pills to stop the headache. Just stop what you're doing that's causing that. And I always ask that question, whatever shape you're in at the moment, physically and mentally, how did you get there and reverse it? Or if you've never been healthy, you've never been fit, and you think you've always been mentally unhealthy, what do you need to do differently? Obviously what you're doing now isn't working, so you need to do something different. Now I've got a different headspace probably from most people because I've been healthy, fit and strong all of my life. And all I focus on every day is how to get fitter, how to get stronger, how to be even healthier as I get older. Most people expect to get weak and fat and frail and diseased and yuck when they get older. I'm just looking at every day, how can I get better and better and better? So I'm asking you the same question. How do you want to live your life? What kind of day do you want to have every day? Do you want to live with passion, enthusiasm and quality of life every day? And if that's the case, wouldn't we, rather than take a pill, rather than take medical advice, and I'll go a step further, one of my big goals in my life is to never go to the doctor and never go to the hospital. And that's a position that I wish for everybody, because it seems that doctors give you pills and hospitals make you sick. And that's, I'm sharing that from personal experience from lots of people in my life where they've gone into a hospital well and they've come out sick. They might have gone in for a broken arm or a broken leg and they've come out with an infection and they've come out sick, which means there's disease in a hospital, and I'd like to stay out of those. How about you? I don't want to go to the doctor, because if I go to the doctor I have to get advice, and if I get advice from a doctor I really am going to have to go to another one and another one and another one. How about learn your anatomy and physiology so you understand your own body, and then nobody can tell you what to do because you'll know what's going on inside your own body, and you can keep your body healthy, fit and strong so you can stay healthy, fit and strong for the rest of your life. Because what a beautiful day. Oh, what a beautiful day. Oh, what a beautiful day. Oh, what a beautiful day. Wouldn't it be nice to say what a beautiful day every single day? Woohoo!